Getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized at once that he had never been there before. He came out of the station, took a taxi, and drove around the town for a while. He realized that the streets, the buildings, the hotels, the bazaars, the Morabadi Hill, with none of these had the slightest acquaintance. Would a trip to the Hudra Falls help? He didn't believe so, but at the same time, he didn't wish to live with the feeling that he hadn't tried enough. So he arranged for a car and left for Hudro in the afternoon. Bibin Babu reached Ranji the next morning, and as soon as he deboarded the train, he was sure that he had never visited that particular place before. He took a taxi as he came out of the railway station and roamed around in the town for a while. He had never seen those buildings, hotels, markets, or the Morabadi hill ever before. He was not sure if a trip to this Hudra Falls would make any difference, but he just did not want to live with a feeling of not having tried enough. Thus he arranged for a taxi to Hudra and he left in the afternoon. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon in Hudra, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers discovered Bibin Babu laying unconscious beside a boulder. When he came around, the first thing Bibin Babu said was, "I am finished. There is no hope left." Next morning, Bibin Babu was back in Calcutta. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything: his will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. Was he going to end up in the asylum at? Bibin Babu couldn't think any more. Back home, he ran up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come over. Then, after a shower, he got into bed with an ice bag clamped on his head. Just then, the servant brought him a letter which someone had left in the letter box, a greenish envelope with his name in red ink on it. As he was now at home, he contacted Dr. Chanda and requested him to visit him at his place. He took a shower and got in bed with an ice bag on his head. It was only then his servant brought him a letter that he had found in the letter box. The envelope was green in color with his name written on it in red ink. Above the name it said urgent and confidential. In spite of his condition, Bibin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. He tore open the envelope and took out the letter. This is what he read. Above the greenish envelope, it is written urgent and confidential. And in spite of his condition, Bibin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. And he just opened the envelope and took out the letter. The letter goes like this. Dear Bibin, I had no idea that affluence would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his luck? I have no money, so my resources are limited. What I have is imagination, a part of which I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Well, you will be all right again now. A novel I have written is being considered by a publisher. If he likes it enough, it will see me through the next few months. Yours, Chunilal. The letter begins with a salutation to Bipin. The writer of the letter had further shown disappointment at how wealth had changed Bipin Babu. He says that it was unexpected. In the letter, Chunilal asked him if it had become so difficult for him to help his childhood friend. And he further adds that he has a scarcity of resources as he had no money and all he had was imagination, which he used to take revenge for Bipin Babu's behavior towards his misery. He reveals that Bipin could be fine now. He also tells him that a novel that Chunilal had written has been considered by a publisher. He will have enough money for the next few months if the publisher likes it and approves it. When Dr. Chanda came, Bibin Babu said, I'm fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. A unique case, said Dr. Chanda. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. The reason why I sent for you, said Bibin Babu, is that I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. If you could please prescribe a painkiller. So when Dr. Chandra came to see him, Bibin Babu revealed that he has got his memory of the Ranchi trip from 1958 back. And it all came running back as he got off the train. And Dr. Chandra remarks it as a unique case and informs that he will add this in his medical journal. Bibin Babu tells the doctor that he called him to prescribe him a painkiller for the pain he has in his hip from the fall he had in Ranchi. I hope you understood Bipin Chowdhury's lapse of memory, which is a funny story of how a person tricked his friend who avoided and didn't help him in the time of need.